Alright guys, I'm doing a deck profile for the new Exodia support. The Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate is out and the deck for it is very fun. I got some replays for you guys as well. And I got my pet rat in my lap, so he might make an appearance this video. He is currently just chilling. He wanted to do the deck profile with me, so let's get into it. We got one right leg of the Forbidden One, one left, and of course one right arm and one left arm. And then the head. Everybody needs a little head. And then we got two Max C, three Ash, one Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood. I'm actually thinking about upping this to two. So this is really good in this deck because the higher your life points, the higher this guy's attack is, and the less that paying life for things like this matters. Like, I've punched people for over 12k with him because of Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood. So, like, this card's really good, and I'm actually thinking about running more copies. Next, we have Shield of Millennium Dynasty. So, all these Millennium cards, the support for the big guy, they all have this effect that they say, if this card's in your hand, you can place it in your spell and trap card zone as a face-up continuous spell. So, and then they also have, like, a secondary effect, or an effect to summon it by either paying 2,000 or revealing a Millennium Ankh in your hand, which is this card, to special summon it. So this guy's secondary effect is he can't be destroyed by spell or traps, which is nice. And his on-summon effect is when you summon him, you can add one Millennium Ankh from your deck to your hand. So pretty good. Search is the card that you really want to see. Next we have one Shifter. I wish I could run two. I think I've included a couple replays. We'll have to check where I win just because I shifted. Like, this card's just very good right now. Next we have Golem that guards the Millennium Treasures. So activation of your Millennium Ankh cannot be negated. They can't ash this anyway, so like it's pretty hard to negate. But I have encountered a couple people in Platinum running Judgment, which is pretty funny. But that's his like little secondary effect. His on summon effect, if you pay that 2,000 or you reveal the Millennium Ankh in your hand, you can special summon him out of Wedju Temple from your deck to your hand. That's our field spell. You really only need two if you're running the one Golem. Not everybody runs Golem, but I've actually had him be really useful in the past, and also just useful for pushing damage, so I'm running him. Two Lava Golem. You need him as a board breaker. You really do. When I initially recorded this video first, I was playing the first incarnation of this deck where I was not playing Lava Golem, and I instead of Lava Golem was running Mulcharmy Fluos for extra cards, and I rather have the Lava Golem. I feel like it's the better choice. 3 Senjin Wakes from a Millennium. This guy's great. Can't be destroyed by monster effects. His on summon effect when you pay the 2,000 or reveal the Millennium Ankh is to add a Millennium monster from your deck to your hand, so it can help you get to the shield to get the Ankh, or it can help you get to the Heart of Blue Eyes to get to the Ankh. And we're going to get to Heart of Blue Eyes next. So this is always treated as a Millennium card. This one's the one that's different from all the others. So we're just going to go ahead and get into him. Control of this card can't switch. You can discard this card and add a Millennium Ankh from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Heart of Blue Eyes once per turn. If this card is in your graveyard and you have successfully activated Millennium Ankh this duel, so at any point in the game, and your opponent normal or special summons a monster that is level 8 or higher, or has 3,000 or more attack, you can send that monster to the graveyard, does not target, and if you do, special summon this card. You can only use this effect of Heart of Blue Eyes once per turn. This is a really good out to some problem cards. Next we have Millennium Ankh. All you gotta do for this is you show 5 Forbidden One monsters from your hand, deck, or face-up field. Special summon 1 Unstoppable Exodia from your extra deck, and then shuffle the face-up monster cards you control into the deck, except for Exodia monsters whose level are 10 or higher, and Millennium monster cards. Also, you cannot summon for the rest of the turn. After activation, shuffle this card into the deck instead of sending it to the graveyard. This card is just awesome. It's insanely good. 2 Wedju Temple. During your main phase, you can place 1 monster from your hand in your spell and trap card zone as a face-up continuous spell. Then place 1 Millennium monster from your deck in your spell or trap card zone as a face-up continuous spell. You can only use the effect of Wedju Temple once per turn. If a face-up Millennium monster or monsters you control is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can place it in your face-up spell and trap card zone as a continuous spell instead of sending it to the graveyard. So this can let you activate. So basically, this will let you place any of these guys or any monster really. Like if you're in a jam and you dead drew too many, like 3 copies of Ash, you can place Ash face up, and then you can place one of your searchers for your Ankh face up, like Millennium Shield of Millennium Dynasty. So really good card. Lets you recycle your guys as well instead of them going to the grave. 2 Super Poly. We're running this to board break. We're also running this to piss off U-Bell players. That's why we got the U-Bell and the extra. 1 Obliterate Blaze. This card's okay. This is like sometimes your game ender. 1 level 10 or higher monster on the field with Exodia in its original name gains these effects. You can pay half your life points, destroy as many cards in the spell and trap card zone as possible, equip 5 Forbidden One monsters from your hand and or deck. Do this as an equip spell or spells. That gives it 2,000 attack. That each give it 2,000 attack. Sorry, so it'd be 10k. Also, you cannot activate other cards' effects for the rest of the turn. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. It's okay. It's worth running the 1 of. 3 Imperm. 2 Exod's Fire of Rage. So this is probably the best card in the deck, next to the Fusion and the Millennium Ankh. It's always treated as an Exod and Obliterate card. If you control a level 10 or higher Exodia monster, destroy all cards your opponent controls. So front row, back row, board wipe. If this card's in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, you can banish it, then activate one of these effects. Add 1 Forbidden One monster from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Shuffle 5 Forbidden One monsters from your graveyard and or banishment into the deck. You can only use each effect of Exod Fires of Rage once per turn. I really like this card. It's awesome. 1 Obliterate. You can target 1 monster on the field, send a Forbidden One monster or Exodia card from your hand or deck to the graveyard, and if you do, return the target to the hand. If this card is sent from the spell or trap card zone to the graveyard, you can target 1 Forbidden One monster or 1 Exodia card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. You can only use 1 Obliterate effect once per turn, and only once per turn. 1 There Can Only Be 1, because this card is amazing in this deck. And 1 Angel Statue Azaroon. This is basically like a trap monster version of Thunder King. Special summon this card as an effect monster. Fairy, light, 4, attack. 1800, defense 1800. Still treated as trap. Once per turn, when your opponent would special summon a monster or monsters while this card is in your monster zone, you can send this card to the graveyard. 1 continuous trap in your monster card zone that was special summoned from the spell or trap zone. Negate the summon if you destroy the monster. So basically, you just send this, negate the summon, and destroy it. When this card in the monster zone is destroyed by battle, you can destroy the monster that destroyed this card. Very good card. So, Super Poly targets an extra. 1 Mud Dragon, 1 Garara, 1 U-Bell Loving Defender. And then we got our 3 Unstoppable Exodia Incarnate. This is the boss monster. It's 5 Forbidden One monsters. Can't be destroyed by an opponent's card effect, but Imperm does really hurt this card. Once per turn, if this card battles during damage calculation, you can make this card gain life points. Sorry, gain attack. Gain life points. Gain attack equal to your life points. Another reason why Dogwood's really good in here. Once per turn, when a spell or trap card or effect is activated, quick effect, you can negate that activation. It's not a hard once per turn, so you can have more than one of this guy out. Once per turn during the end phase, you can set 1 Exod or Obliterate spell or trap from your deck. Once per turn during your standby phase, you lose 1,000 life. And then synchros, just because sometimes we can normal summon Ash and then synchro with like one of these guys. We got Draco Berserker the Tenyi, Vermilion Dragon Mech, my buddy Chaos Angel, my buddy Star Eater from back in the day. Love this card. It's an older card, but it's great. Synchro summon can't be negated. When it's synchro summoned, card effects can't be activated. If it attacks, it's unaffected by other card effects until the end of the damage step. 1 Psychic and Punisher, 1 Relinquished Anima. You can just summon the leg, go into Anima. It's funny. 1 SP Little Knight, 1 Silhouette Rabbit, and 1 Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. That's it for the deck. We're going to get into the replays. I've been climbing plat with this. It's been pretty funny. I actually got out of gold with this. So here we are, first playing against Brunic. You having a good time, bud? Yeah, yeah, you're happy. Come here, bud. Deck profile featuring Rat. So this is still when I was running Fluos, is the older version of the deck. Fluos was basically dead all the time, but Shield, Onk, Summon Boss Monster, Battle Phase. We punch, we set 2, we end. We set Obliterate, and now we basically just win. Like, that's the deck. They Dark Hole me, it doesn't destroy anything. They Lightning Storm me for the back row, I say no. And now I blow up their board. And now I just go off and they're going to lose because I'm going to set another Exod to blow up anything they bring out. And yeah. So let's show you me playing against... We'll do Labyrinth next. Hey, bud. Oh, wait, this wasn't Labyrinth. This was the weirdo Life Twin deck. Life Twin's actually pretty good with Fiendsmith right now, I'm not gonna lie. I've seen a lot of Life Twin. I saw tons of it in gold, and I saw tons of it... I've seen tons of it, rather, climbing plat. So we're going to negate this just to force one of their back row. There's that judgment. We're going to play it again to force them to activate it, and they're going to play Labyrinth stuff. It's really funny that this is Life Twin Labyrinth. And we're just like, okay, Heart of Blue Eyes, into the Onk. Onk. Here's the Mac. Since we had Dogwood, it's 15,600 attack. Game. Done. And that's one of the reasons my Dogwood is so good. I'll show you all the Drytron game. Drytron's not really meta relevant, but this was interesting. My rat's so happy to be here. He loves when I just continuously talk. Maybe I should do more deck profiles with him. Comment down below if you want to see the little guy or his brother in more profiles. So Senjin, Heart, Onk, Onk. Bam. Just 4 back row, we're good to go. I'm just like, okay, great. I don't really even know what this deck does. I just know it makes a giant ritual monster. I activate the field spell and I don't want it to resolve, so I activate the Fires of Rage. This is when we do the Obliterate. We stop the Diviner. At this point, I'm like, they can't have anything else, and they're still going to Ritual Summon, so I'm like, I'll negate it. I forgot that they can just bring it back, and now they're going to activate it again. Dynamondo, and they're just like, yeah, get rid of that card. But it's okay, because we can just use Obliterate. We'll clear field. Exod. Put all of our pieces back. Bam. And they're just doing Drytron stuff. We're just gonna be like, no, get that out of there. Another one. I finally got the big thing out. I'm gonna send it to the grave because I have Heart of Blue Eyes. Get that thing out of there. Get that out of there. And now we just win. And I saved this replay just to show you how useful Obliterate can be. Like, even if we can't get to the boss monster, there's still plenty of ways to do damage. I'll show you my... Actually, I'll show you against Rescue Ace. This is kind of fun, too. Opening 2 Onks is kind of funny. We're just going to go ahead and see because they're going to do things. A bunch of Azamina stuff is going to happen. I might actually put even more super poly targets in this deck. Bam. Bam. By the way, it keeps the attack it gains. It does not go away at the end of the turn. I'm just gonna be like, no, no, blow up board. Tried to summon something, no, back to your hand. They lose. Deck is stupid simple to play. Most of it's one card combos. We'll go ahead and do the last replay. I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. I know it's been a while since I've done deck profiles, but I just haven't been playing Master Duel as much until recently. This pack pretty much reignited my love for the game because there's so much fun stuff you can do with Fiendsmith. I know a lot of people hate Fiendsmith, but I feel like it actually has promoted a lot of creativity right now, even though a lot of the engine is just doing the same thing. But you're seeing a lot of deck diversity, which is good. Also, we shifted, so we basically win now. Like, oh, you step 5? Why would you do that? Here's the Obliterate. You lose everything. Should have attacked with the arm. That would have been funny. This Backrow is just nutty. And that's it. That's the win. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I will see you guys in the next one. Let me know if you want more deck profiles, if you have a specific deck you want me to profile. And yeah, give me a like, give me a comment, subscribe if you want gaming and Yu-Gi-Oh content. And I will see you guys in the next one, probably with more rats.